Let's talk about affordable housing. What do we mean when we say affordable housing?
Yes, I think Greda, some few years back, we did some research and we defined housing. And housing is defined as follows, according to our definition, not the government definition or international definition.
Okay.
Number one, it needs to have at least one bedroom. Minimum, it needs to have a living dining space. It needs to have a washroom. It needs to have its own electricity water meter. It also needs to have a minimum area of 45 square meters or more. And then the price must not be more than 65,000 US dollars or more, which is today around 380,000 Ghana cedis or less. So that's how we define affordable housing in Greda.
$65,000
Dollars or less.
or less.
Yes.
And that's an affordable house.
Correct.
One bedroom,
One bedroom or
one
more.
kitchen.
Yes. Yes. Well, purchasing a house in any society in the world is not something easy. It's something a person does within a lifetime, and it's a legacy you leave to your children. So for us, we have figured out a way to do it, and it needs patience. So before you buy a house, you need a deposit, because no developer or no mortgage institute will give you a house if you haven't saved. So very simply, a person must save for 10 years. And in Ghana, there are two things which help us save. First of all, there's SNIT Tier 2. You know, you have SNIT Tier 1, Tier 2. Now, Tier 2 is allowed by law for a person to use to buy a house, not to buy land, not to build a house, but to buy a house. Number two, we also have Provident Fund. So if a person has saved in the SNIT Tier 2 and a person has saved in the third tier, which is the Provident Fund, after 10 years, that person should have between 20 to 30% deposit. Now, the other thing is that for the lower, we always talk about family income, combined income for both the husband and the wife. So imagine two people, they have been working for the last 10 years. They should be able to save, other than the other savings, between the SNIT and between the Provident Fund and the saving, they should be able to do about 50,000 Ghana cedis deposit. So it's going to take hard work. As I said, maybe a person will graduate around 22. Before they get a good job, it's around about 25. So from 25 to 35, before you buy your house. At 35, you and your wife. Then it takes you 15 years. By the time you are 50 years old, you have already bought your house, and then you have another 10 to 15 years before retirement. So it takes some sound long-term financial planning. Okay, obviously, if you have 4 children, 5 children, you're not going to be able to do this thing. So you have to pace yourself. You have to do your family. So like our project here, we have designed it to be a 2-bedroom for husband and wife, and for 2 children. More than 2 children, the house is not designed. In the future, we're going to design a 3-bedroom house. So it all has to do with financial planning, family planning, and saving. Okay, because later on I'll talk about affordable mortgages, because part of the conversation, you can never talk about affordable housing if you don't talk about affordable mortgages.
That's the point I was going to bring you to, because you made mention of mortgage. We hear of mortgage, but as to whether we understand what mortgage is another matter altogether. What is mortgage?
That's a good question. A mortgage is basically a loan for a house.
A loan for a house.
When you have a loan for a house, that's a mortgage. And in Ghana, there are about 3 institutions who do this very well. We have Ghana Home Loans, we have Republic Bank, and we have Stanbic Bank. And those are the 3 banks we are working in for mortgage. But unfortunately, we need affordable mortgages. Okay. And more advanced economies, you have interest, business loans, commercial loans at 6%, 7%, but the mortgage is at half the price. It's at 3%. So when you walk into a bank in UK, you see 3%, in Canada 3%, in Europe it's 3%, but in Ghana it's 25%. So the mortgages are not affordable at all. So with our president, Greater President Patrick, he has done a paper to the business and to the government on how to reduce the risk for mortgages, so that instead of us paying 24-25%, how we can do 12%. And I think this is achievable. I know the government has a subsidized program of mortgage.
All right, but give us an idea the features of this particular product, because I'm interested in this 198,000 building.
Yes, so we have done some very smart features and some green technologies.
Okay.
So some of the green technology we have used, we have about 20, maybe I'll mention 5 of them. Number one, we have a solar system. It's a 250 watt solar system with a 1,000 watt inverter. So it can run all your appliances, everything. So if you come to our showroom building, you'll see it actually working. Number two, we do rainwater catchment.
Okay.
And we do surface water catchment. This is for irrigation and washing. This is not for drinking. Then we have, the building is smart. It has MTN fiber optic. We did not connect it for coaxial cable, because the future is internet. And we also have a smart meter. These smart meters are prepaid meters, so that you control your water consumption. And the advantage of that as well is that if you, let's say you have a water leakage, you don't need to pay hundreds of CDs. Once you reach your limit, let's say 50 CDs, you have already paid your 50 CD, then your water meter will also shut down. And then the building, we have insulated the roof. So instead of a normal roof of 0.3 mm, we put a 0.5 with plywood and felt paper, so that we don't let the heat. But one of the most wonderful things we have used a technology called concrete wall system. It's a polystyrene seal reinforced micro concrete building, so that it insulates the building from the tropical sun. So we have overhangs, we have ventilation, cross ventilations. And the most important thing is that even for us at Lakeside Estate, we are a very organized urban plan. We are now operating in community number 8 at Lakeside Estate, and we have community number 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we have another 20 years of going on, and we have started in the lower income. We went to the middle income. Now we are reinventing our middle income. We also have higher income, because a society must cater for all income levels, lower, middle, and high. We've also started about 3 years ago into the commercialization of Lakeside Estate with the building of the Lakeside Business Center. Inside it, we have pharmacies. We have we have created a place for a banking hall with a vault, and then we also have land for schools. We have land for orphanages, and we need more people to come invest. We have also done light industrial area. We have the Medina Institute of Science and Technology. We have Lancaster University. So we are becoming a city. That's why if you notice that in 2020, Lakeside Estate has become a city. Because when you have a city, you have everything.
Yeah.
We have smart communication network. We have a smart city. So we are going to become better and better as we go along. And we're not only catering for just the residential. We have already 5 years ago started catering for commercial and institutional and industrial. One of the nice thing we are working with the Swedish Ghana Medical Center is that we are turning one part of Lakeside Estate into medical tourism.
Wow.
Yes, so we already have a cancer hospital, specialty hospital. We're looking for cardio hospital, kidney hospital. So these are some of the things. I think you have also heard about Lakeside Marina Park. Lakeside Marina Park, eventually it will also become the Euro Disney of West Africa. So we have big plans.
Wow. Wow.
Do you need a place to live and work, and you don't know how to achieve that? Lakeside is the right place to be. Affordable home for all. Do you need a place to live your life, and you don't know how to achieve that? Lakeside is the right place to be. Quality home for all. We build a city, build a city. Lakeside is the quality home for all. We build
it's a place to live. Nice communities, serene environment. Marina Park is for real. Come with family, come with friends, have some fun all day. Do some fishing if you want. Boat riding, horse riding, steady at our library. Anytime with your kids, come around and have some fun in a family fun run. Lakeside University, Lakeside Business Center, Lakeside Fitness Center, Mercy Social Center. Live at Lakeside, live your destiny. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Yo, Medina Institute of Science and Technology.